Emerging from the dialogue between the 14-party alliance and the 12 Islamic parties at Gano Bhavan, Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir said 12 Islamic parties have extended their support to Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina so that she could return to power. The Awami League General Secretary said the Islamic Party will be partner of the elections alongside extending their support. Obaidul Qadir said leaders of the Islamic parties highly appreciated Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina for the way she ran the country for the last 10 years. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said ongoing development trend will be continued if democratic systems are strengthened in the country. She said this in her opening speech at the dialogue with Left Democratic Alliance at Gano Bhavan in the capital this evening. Welcoming the leaders of Left Democratic Alliance at Gano Bhavan, Sheikh Hasina said the countrymen do not want anti-liberation forces in state power. Leaders of Bangladesh Communist Party, Bangladesh Samajtantrik Dol, Bangladesh Biplobi Workers Party, Bangladesh Samajtantrik Dol, Marxist Ganoshanghoti Andolon, Bangladesh United Communist League, Ganotantrik Biplobi Party and Bangladeshi Samajtantrik Andolon took part in the dialogue under the banner of Left Democratic Alliance. Awami League President Sheikh Hasina led the 14-party alliance delegation in the dialogue. Jukta Front has urged the Election Commission to announce the schedule for the 11 Parliament elections on the set date 8 November. A Jukta Front delegation made the urge during a meeting presided over by Chief Election Commissioner K.M. Nurul Huda at Nirbachan Bhavan in Dhaka today. Bikolpodhara Secretary General Major retired Abdul Mannan led the Jukta Front delegation.
Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry said the government has taken up a program to enhance skills of the parliament members and the officials of the parliament secretariat. The speaker said this at the inaugural session of a two-day workshop titled Leadership Training for Secretariat Officials of Bangladesh Parliament. This was at the Jatiya সংসদ Bhavan today. Chaired by Parliament Secretariat Senior Secretary Dr. M. Abdur Rob Hawladar. The workshop was also attended, among others, by UNDP Country Director in Bangladesh, Sudipto Mukherjee, and their senior consultant, Ridwan Mujib Siddiqui Bobby. A total of 30 Parliament officials took part in the workshop. Later Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhry left Dhaka for London to attend the Women MPs of the World Conference. Information Minister and President of Bangladesh Internet Governance Forum, Hassanul Haq Inu, said safe, trustworthy, participatory and sustainable internet management has to be ensured in using digital technology for human welfare. He said this while addressing Bangladesh consultation conference organized by Bangladesh Internet Governance Forum at the SIDAP auditorium in the capital today. Hassanul Haq said authorities concerned have to emphasize on management rather than controlling the internet for greater interest of expanding a digital society. He said all have to be united against cyber crimes for saving democracy and digital society.
Moving on to international news. Americans have begun voting in nationwide midterm elections that are being seen as a referendum on Donald Trump's presidency. Polling stations opened on the East Coast amid a battle by both Republicans and Democrats to take control of the two houses of Congress. Governor posts and seats in state legislatures are also up for grabs. Americans are voting for all 435 seats in the House of Representatives and 35 of 100 seats in the Senate, the two bodies that make up Congress. Governors are also being chosen in 36 out of 50 states. The midterm elections come halfway through Donald Trump's 4 years in office and follow a divisive campaign. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has warned that the U.S. will exert relentless pressure on Iran unless it changes its revolutionary course. His comments came hours after the Trump administration restored all sanctions lifted under the 2015 nuclear deal targeting core parts of Iran's economy. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani earlier struck a defiant tone, saying the country will continue selling oil. Iran will proudly break the sanctions, he told economic officials. Thousands of Yemeni civilians are trapped on the southern outskirts of the Red Sea port of Hodeidah as forces backed by a Saudi-led coalition battle Houthi fighters entrenched in the city, and groups said. The alliance has massed thousands of Yemeni troops in recent days near the heavily defended port, despite recent calls from international leaders for an end to the country's ongoing conflict, which has unleashed the world's worst humanitarian crisis. Rebels and government officials reported intense battles on Monday near the western port city.
And now news from the world of sport. Bangladesh lost to Zimbabwe by 151 runs in the first test of the two-match series. This was in Sylhet today. At the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium, Bangladesh were all out for 169 runs, chasing a victory target of 321 in their second innings. Earlier, the Tigers started their fourth day of batting, the second innings, with the overnight score at 26 runs without any loss. Bangladesh managed to score only 143 runs in their first innings in reply to Zimbabwe's 282 runs. The visitors were all out for 181 runs in their second innings. Sean Williams was adjudged player of the match. Zimbabwe now leads the series 1-0. And now, before we end the news, let's take a look at what's making the headlines here. Cabinet approves draft of export policy 2018-21, aiming to bring dynamism in the export and strengthen Bangladesh's position in global competitiveness. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina inaugurates Sava Tannery Industrial City and Munshiganj and Sirajganj Industrial Parks through video conferencing. Based on opinions of all government to take effective measures for continuity of a democratic trend, says Prime Minister at the dialogue with 12 Islamic parties. Information Minister calls for forming unanimity against cyber criminals to protect digital country and democracy. Polling in US midterm election starts. Trump admits all government achievements at risk. And Zimbabwe beat Bangladesh by 151 runs in the first match of the two-match series.
And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us, and we invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.
Khuda Hafiz.